So you want to create some fake pixel art in Blender? Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we are back in Blender once again, taking a look at how to create some fake pixel art. And what I mean by that is I'll show you in a second. Very special day today. Guess why? Because we're using default cube today. It's a good day for default cube. We're gonna go ahead and pan around my scene using the middle mouse button, hit tab on my keyboard, and use the scroll wheel to scroll on into this bad boy. Look how good you look today, default cube. You looking good? Have you lost weight, default cube? I think you might have. We're gonna go ahead and go over here to the loop cut, and we're gonna grab that right there. We're gonna go ahead and actually loop cut this. We could loop cut it, or we could subdivide it. I'm gonna loop cut it first so I can show you what I mean here. We're gonna add in the loop cut right there, and we're gonna just click a couple times. We're gonna click a couple times right there. So we have 3 lines. So we have one there, and one there. Now we have all these different cubes. We can go ahead and go on the side and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And now we should have cubes every single where. Now, if I hit this select box, to go back to the select box, and go to face select mode, now we can individually select all of these faces. If I hold down shift, we can select more than one at the same time. Now, the way we can do this is if we were to go ahead and select these faces by double tapping A to select everything, then right clicking and hitting subdivide, we can add in more of these quote unquote pixels. This is what I mean by fake pixel art, because now once we have all of the amount that we want, so we have what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 by 8, so we can subdivide it again, 16 by 16, and then 32 by 32, 64 by 64, and 128 by 128. Now, of course, we're not going to go that big, so we're going to go back to, that was 4 by 4. That's 8 by 8. We're going to leave on 8 by 8. So now every single pixel art texture is one of those different resolutions. People usually do pixel art in 16 by 16, sometimes 32 by 32. And then, of course, it keeps going up from there, the bigger, better pixel art resolutions you do. But the most common is 16 by 16. That's what Minecraft uses. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and with our 8 by 8, we're going to go ahead and actually go to the color material tab here and select that default material and hit assign. Now we're going to hit this little plus button to add in a new material, hit new right there, and I'm going to change this base color to maybe a green, a desaturated green, so it's not too harsh, something like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and select a couple of these different faces on face select mode, or else this won't work, by the way. I'm going to hold down shift and then just select all the faces that I want to use, right? So I'll do something that looks like a grass texture. So I'll just kind of come around here and unselect that one and just pull that down right there, and maybe go down like that and like that. Yeah. All right, so that looks pretty grassy, right? And then I'll go to that green material and hit assign. Now if I go to material mode here and hit out of tab mode, you can see that now we have that pixel art on the side of our cube. If I were to go ahead and select all of the other faces here, I can hit C to go to brush select and then just brush select all the other faces that I missed. Use the scroll wheel to zoom it in and out to make it bigger or smaller. We can just go ahead and get all those and add a new material with this plus button once again, new, and then we'll change this base color to a brown. We'll darken it, desaturate so it's not like super dark, assign. And there we go. Now we have a cube. Now you can see it's kind of shiny, so I'll go ahead and turn specular all the way down, and roughness doesn't matter now that we have specular all the way down. So we'll do the same thing for the green color as well. Turn specular all the way down and roughness all the way down as well. Oh, roughness all the way up rather, just in case anything's bleeding through there. So that looks good right there. I want to mess around with this brown color now. It's too harsh now that we have the specular off of it. All right, looks good. So we can continue doing this for all of the different sides here, and then we have some fake pixel art on our cube. Now the great thing about this is if you're doing Minecraft animations or any other animations that would involve cubes, maybe you're making a documentary about default cube and all of his gloriousness, then you would go ahead and you could texture things just like this instead of having to use actual textures and unwrapping things. You have so much customization options because you can just go in here and paint on new colors whenever you want. And like I said, a smart thing to do would be just to use the C button to go ahead and paint in all of the voxels, all the pixels, sorry, not voxels, all the pixels that you would want in here instead of doing it by hand. And if you want to erase something, the middle mouse button will erase the pixels you do not want in there. So yeah, let's just make the cursor really small and just paint over the pixels that you want there. And if you right click to get out of that, you can then pan around your scene again to get out of that right there. So we'll go ahead and go to that green color, hit assign, and now we have all of that anywhere else. Now if we select all the green first, so if I select all the places where I want grass at, right? So all that, and then of course on the top as well. So all of this should be green. If I select all of this, right? The bottom, I don't need that. Okay, if I select all the green, hit assign to assign all the green to those areas, and then hit Control I rather. Control I. I can go ahead and go to the brown color and hit assign on the brown color to fill in all of the other space that we did not select before. So now everything else is filled in with that brown color, which is so nice. If I go ahead and grab this lamp and put it down here, maybe we'll change it to an area lamp, and we'll just rotate it towards the cube. We're just rotating, use the R key, and that looks good. We go to rendered viewport shading. Now you can see that if I change it to square, turn the size up, same thing with this guy up here, change it to square, turn the size up, yada yada yada. Grab both of these, hold down shift, shift D, duplicate, RZ, there we go. Alright, perfect. Now, we have an evenly lit cube, pretty much for the most part anyway, with some harsh shadows, but that's fine. I'll just turn soft shadows on for the time being. You can see that we have a cube with pixel art on it now, which is cool, and we can actually go ahead and shade this as well. So if I go ahead and go back into edit mode, and then just select all these corner pieces here, we can go ahead and get a darker green color. So we can hit this plus button once again, new, and grab a darker color here, just desaturate it, darken it a little bit, hit assign. The great thing is if you don't like that color, you can just go ahead and just change the color in real time here, so you can just see what it looks like, you know, fiddle around with it until you like what it looks like next to the other colors. And I think that looks pretty good. And then I'll go ahead and soften that transition by selecting all of these colors here and moving forward from there. And this works with anything. You can texture characters like this, you can texture cubes like this, you can texture spheres like this, you can texture anything like this way. It works great, it looks great. I thought it was pretty cool that I came up with this. I just was like, wait, you can, if I were to subdivide a cube, it will work perfectly just like this. Yeah, it's a really cool way to texture things if you didn't want to use actual textures. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So yeah, that's that, and we can texture, we can shade this brown here too as well by maybe putting some shading underneath the green color, just like this. If I were to select all these pieces underneath the grass like this, ooh, I thought that was the last side. Huh. Oh gosh, this is more than I thought. All right, there we go. And then we hit the plus icon, new material, grab a brown, darken it, desaturate, pull it to the red, and hit assign. You can see that if I go out of edit mode, we can go ahead and just change this, darken it, pull it less from the red, and saturate. There we go. That looks good. That is our cube right there. And if I turn overlays off, you can see that we now have all that cool shading. Oh, and make sure you turn specular off for all these. Oh, that looks terrible. You gotta fix that now. See, once you turn the specular off, the color will change because it was picking up the reflection of the light. So make sure you change and turn the specular off for all of these as well. So yeah, those colors look bad too. So we'll go ahead and fix that real quick. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Go ahead and texture some pixel art. We can even do highlights on the grass here. Like for instance, I'm not going to do all the sides because it take too long. But yeah, we can just do something like that. Plus icon, new, specular all the way down first, and then grab a green color, a light green color, hit assign. And we have something like that. But yeah. So I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this tutorial, like I said. So I'll see you in the next one. But until then, bye bye.